And there we are. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm Rob Booker, best-selling author of Blah, 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 Yada, 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 Adventures of a Currency Trader, Trading by Faith. Welcome to the office this morning here on Monday. Super excited to spend some time with you today. As I mentioned on my YouTube story this morning, been thinking a lot about, as I get ready to do this new program for traders, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, like 100 more times this week. Been thinking a lot about what's the difference between someone that makes it and someone that doesn't. That's not really exactly what it is, though. Like, okay, so it's the year 2000. My business is failing. I got to make some money. And my first thought is, I need to make as much money as possible, as fast as possible. Right? That's ridiculous, right? That's not going to work. And so my question back then is, how do I make the most amount of money the fastest? I don't know if you've ever felt like this. I don't know if you've ever been in this position. But imagine me back in 2000, $150,000 in tax debt, at least $150,000 in other business-related debt. My business partner, gone, fled the country, and it really felt like the most important thing that I could do is find a way to make the most amount of money the fastest. And I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was just thinking about the urgency of that problem. And of course, trading is one of the vehicles for accomplishing that. But it may be the worst. So welcome here to the office today. And what we're going to do here is we're going to get right to it. So let's go backward in time even a little more to when I was like, I don't know, 15 years old. And I'm thinking when I'm 15 years old, I'm pretty great, you know, pretty cool dude. Not at all. Not popular. Don't have a ton of friends. Not the most popular guy in school. I mean, I knew everybody in school, and they knew me. But let's just say I wasn't a big hit with the ladies. And I thought, well, if I know how to play the guitar, then I'll be a huge hit with the ladies. So I started guitar lessons. And I went through guitar lessons for 3 months. And I was basically no better than when I started. And I thought to myself, well, this is ridiculous. At this rate, it's going to take me forever to be a hit with the ladies. Now, instead of thinking to myself, well, 10 years from now, I could be the best guitarist that I know personally. And I could be playing in a band. And I could potentially even be famous. I was only thinking back then about what I had not accomplished in 3 months. And so how well do you think I play the guitar now? Not very well at all. Now, I mean, if I say right now, what would have been the key to success in playing the guitar? All jokes aside, I'm sure some of you have some pretty great jokes. But if I were to ask you what the key to success in playing the guitar would be, you would probably say practice. You'd probably say lessons. You'd probably say discipline, and you'd probably say patience. I mean, of course, if I could have taken some kind of a pill, that would have been great, right? That would have been fantastic. I'm going to turn a light on here. I don't know what the crap is going on with this the screen and how dark it is and whatever else, but I'm just going to turn a light on here. So stay with me, everybody. I'm going to turn this light on. See if that makes a difference. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, basically that's no different. What the crap? I'm glad that I can just do this stuff while you're here. Like, Really, why not just tell you how this all works? Anyway, I think that's a little better. So you would have said patience, discipline, lessons, and practice, right? But when I was starting out as a trader, I just wanted, this is what I wanted. I wanted the little blue pill. I wanted the magic pill that was going to solve it all. And I wanted it to be immediate. I wanted instantaneous gratification. I wanted immediate success in pill form. This is commonly referred to as hacking. So here's the problem, especially when it comes to trading. There's this tension between, all right, I was $150,000. That's just taxes. So I was really in the hole financially, really having a bad time. So I needed money immediately. And if I didn't have some kind of success initially, just like with the guitar, I was going to give up. And then there was the reality that if I tried too hard, too quickly, I would burn myself out or I would lose all my money, which is exactly what I did with my first account. And then I would end up with zero. And there's this tension that there's the right way to do it, but then there's an immediate need for money. And I want to talk to you about that today. And I appreciate you sticking with me as I get the lights hooked up and all this other garbage, because I think this is a really important conversation. And I think this gets to the heart of the balance, or it gets to the heart of why I'm doing any program for traders, or why I do any kind of education. Or, I mean, nobody asks a guitar teacher why they give guitar lessons. Nobody says, oh, okay, if you're so good at playing the guitar, why don't you just stay home and play the guitar all day? Idiots. Okay, so here's this idea that I have of the path. So there is a winding path from point A to point B. Point A being when we start out as traders, and B being when we're consistent enough and have a large enough trading account that we're trading for a living. That sound good to you? Does that sound all right? Are we doing okay here? Are you getting this? All right, so, and it is okay. Is it all right with you if I just, I go bananas today and I really get deep into this stuff? Is that all right with you? All right, if that's all right with you, I mean, give me a thumbs up. I mean, I can feel it in my bones, right? So point A is starting out and point B is where we want to be. And let's say that point A is starting out and then there's some amount of success, right? We have some initial amount of success as traders, and we're like, and I just clicked my heels together, and I was like super excited. And I had some amount of initial success, beginner's luck. And I feel just absolutely fantastic. This happens to almost every single person that starts out. And then I go through my first negative experience. And for most people, they lose 90% of their trading account in the first 90 days of trading a system. So it takes about 90 days, about 3 months to lose almost all of the money. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was no different than anyone else. The experience was no different. And I felt like that kid, right, playing the guitar. 3 months in, I'm just barely doing anything. Can't even play a song yet. Can't even get any. I mean, don't even. And then if somebody says, oh, you have a guitar, and then I pick it up, and I sound like an idiot, that's like losing all. It's like all of the initial excitement that I felt was gone. And this is, at this point in time, what most people will feel like as traders is that they've done something wrong, that they're the problem, and that's not the issue. The problem is, there's a bunch of problems, but number one is they don't have, or they have the wrong teacher. And I'll explain what I mean by that in just a minute. And then second of all, they don't understand what they're supposed to practice. And last of all, as we've been talking about, they don't have a path. So let me walk through these one at a time. Number one, the right teacher. So if I'd had the right teacher at the time, my teacher would have taught me one song. One song. And my teacher would have taught me how to play that one song, even if it was just on the strings, or maybe it was even just 2 chords. And my teacher would have said, for the next 3 months, you are only going to play that song. And I'm going to get you to the point where you can play that song perfectly. And I'm going to get you so good at that song in 3 months that you can play around with that song and you could even sing along with it as you play it. Now maybe that would take 3 months, maybe it would take 1 month. My teacher would have also told me, you're going to have to do a ton of practice on this one song at the very beginning. And I'm going to put you through, essentially put you through boot camp. I'm going to put you through guitar boot camp. And I'm going to make you do this. Because I'm a good teacher, I'm going to make you do this. I'm not going to be easy on you. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say sweet things to you. I'm going to tell you that your life depends on this. Or the propagation of your DNA depends on this. Right? Are you getting this? Are you following me? You could see how this is about to relate to trading, right? I mean, are you enjoying it, having a good time? I hope you are. So practice. So one song, and then I'm practice. And I mean like, I don't know, 6 hours a day. My teacher would say to me, hopefully this would be during the summer, vacation, or my teacher would say, I don't care if you have to stay up into the middle of the night. I want you to practice this song for 6 hours a day. And there are no exceptions, there are no excuses. And if you don't do this, there are going to be penalties and there are going to be ramifications and consequences. Now most kids that start playing the guitar, I'm bored, well, whatever, I can do whatever I want. Right? Hey, look. Right? That's what most people do. Heck, that's what our, whatever. I was going to say most of our politicians, that's what they do. Right? They're just swiping and clicking and whatever. They're just wasting time. Right? That's what most people are doing with their entire lives. Swiping away. Swipe your life away. And so if I'd had a teacher, they would have had real consequences, real discipline, and they would have been a firm presence in my life. And then I would have practiced 6 hours a day. At the beginning, anyway. I mean, real boot camp style stuff. And then my teacher would have said, here's the path. You're going to learn one song, and you're going to have some ups and downs, and it's going to be difficult, and you're going to want to quit. And if you're a quitter, then you're, forget you, F you. But you're going to know that one song. And by learning that one song, you're going to know a little bit about moving your fingers. You're going to have some calluses on your fingertips. You're going to learn some chords. You're going to learn some notes. I don't care if you know how to read music at this point. We could learn that later, right? We could follow up with that later. It's going to be easier for you to read music later if you feel the success that comes along with knowing a song. And then what we're going to do is we're going to learn another song. And then what we're going to do is we're going to learn some music theory. And then what we're going to do is we're going to learn to play 2 songs together back to back. And you're going to have 4 songs, you're going to have a set. And then we're going to work on your banter with the crowd. We're going to work on you connecting with the crowd. And I would have said, wow, I could do all those things. I could do each one of those things. And then I can understand that over time, the repetition of this process is going to lead to me being successful at playing the guitar. I could see that each part of the way, but starting out, it was either fluent guitar, knowing everything, and it being easy, or nothing. That's what I thought the choice was. So when it comes to trading, here's what I want to do here's what I am doing. Do you mind if I share with you what this path is for traders? Do you want me to talk about this? I mean, with your permission, I'm going to keep going here. And I'm just going to assume that those of you that don't want to know this, or that you're lazy or dumb, you can just get out. I don't care. I don't want to talk to you. Not interested in lazy people. Okay? So let's say that now we're talking about trading. What we're going to do is we're going to learn one strategy and have success with that. That's going to build confidence. That's going to build competency. That's going to build consistency. Competence, consistency, confidence. Those are two really great C words. Plus another one, making 3. I get a little excited when I do this, of course. So competence, confidence, consistency. And maybe we don't know a lot about financial markets theory. Maybe we don't know everything there is to know about technical analysis. Maybe at this stage, we only know one indicator, and maybe we only know how to look at 5 different financial instruments. Maybe we only know how to run one robot, and that robot is just producing $1 a day, or $5 a day, or $10 a day. But that's doable. Like, that's doable. And then you're competent with one set of tools. You have confidence because you've made money from using that one set of tools. And you have consistency. Now, if you did that in the first 90 days, I think we could do it in the first 30 days. But if you did that in the first 90 days, if you had the right teacher that bore down on you hard if you didn't do your work, that would be good. And if you knew the right practice regimen, that'd be great. And then you'd be able to say, all right, well then what we're going to do after that is we're going to add another strategy so that you have more to choose from, and then we're going to get great at that. Or the second thing we're going to learn is how to deal with loss and heartbreak and losing. We're going to learn what it means to lose gracefully as a trader but not blow up our account. And then third, we're going to learn some financial markets theory. We're going to learn why the markets move the way they do. We're going to study Ray Dalio's business cycle, and we're going to go deep into that. So we're going to do a system, and then we're going to learn risk management, and then we're going to learn theory. And let's say that we do all of those things within the first 90 days. So in the first 90 days now, you'll have 3 months of consistency and competence and building confidence in a trading system. That sounds pretty great. And then you're going to understand the principles of risk management so that when something happens, you don't blow into a million pieces and shatter like glass. Start yelling at your cat. So you understand how to lose gracefully. And then we're going to focus on some theory so you know not just how to talk about this stuff at cocktail parties, but you start to understand why your system breaks down on the British pound when people start talking about Brexit. And you're going to understand those concepts. You're going to get a really great basic understanding of macroeconomic business cycles. And then we're going to repeat this process. Maybe we add another strategy. Maybe we learn now how to add to winners and make really big winners. And then maybe after that, we learn even more about economics. Now, you could do each one of these things, and you can see how you keep doing each one of the things you previously did as you go. I'll be honest with you. I want to be your teacher. If you're a lifetime member, you're already in this program, and it starts on December 1st. If you're not yet a member, I've put together a way that you can be a part of this path over the course of the next 12 months. And here's the website. You know my website. So you can go to my website or a link below the video in the description on YouTube or above the video or the button on Facebook, and you can get more information about that program. But there's a path. There's a way to do this. I mean, if you want to do this together, now's the time, because we start soon. Registration closes this week. I only have a limited number of spots available. I don't want to have 10,000 people doing this at the same time. I want to focus on a group of people and make sure we're good. I want to do, if you're ready, let's do this. So jump on over to the link and let's get started. I hope that you've had a great time today. I've had a great time. Some questions that come up. People have been asking me questions like, what are we going to study together? We're going to learn one system. We're going to become great at it. Then we're going to learn about risk management and how to lose gracefully and quickly as a trader. And then we're going to dive into the business cycle. That's what we're going to get done first. And we're going to do this in a really, really structured manner. And if you don't want to focus, and if you've got it wrapped up in your mind that you have to make money trading options on Apple and there's no other way, then get out. I don't care. I don't want to work with you. If you want to be competent, consistent, and confident, then this is a good place for you. Also, I said 6 hours a day on the guitar. I'm not expecting that anybody here has 6 hours a day. So this is going to require 10 minutes of presentation, watching a presentation every day at the most, and then you're going to structure your own practice time to implement and use and do and get up and running. So those are the two major questions that we have. The entire goal is to get the largest number of people within 12 months to $100 a day. I think we can get 100 people up to $100 a day or more in 12 months. I think we can get 300 people up to that mark. I think we could do something absolutely special if we are focusing on those 3 C's and we take that path together. So I got nothing else to say. I'm going to start sending out some emails to the people that already signed up and send some video messages to the people that are already in the program. I'd love to send you a video message, personal, and get to know you better. I love the crap out of you. Have the best day ever, everybody. I'm Rob Booker. We'll see you tomorrow.